Bonds and mortgage-backed securities are really trying to hold on to what we've got going on here, trying to create new ceilings and new floors for us to bounce off of and hopefully have some improvement after a very difficult last couple of days. Welcome back to the Brent Bruce Daily. Today is September the 27th, 2022. It is 3:36 p.m. Central Time. Now, I'm going to show you what's been going on here quickly, but I also want to make sure you stick around because I'm going to show you one of the things that other banks are doing right now and other mortgage brokers or other people when you're talking about interest rates so that you're aware of how this works and basically what they're doing. So when you're talking to your customers or clients or friends or family, you'll be able to point this out to them. So let's jump over here. Excuse me. So much conversation has been going on these last couple of days that it's actually starting to affect my voice. So I apologize for that. So let's start out with our charts here. Yesterday, we were down, 130 at one point. Today, we're up 39. So really bouncing off of a new floor of support that we have created. So we created a new floor of support by taking the lows of yesterday as well as the lows of today, creating a new Fibonacci level here that we do not want to fall below. So fortunately, we've been climbing back today, a lot of volatility, but we are now in positive territory. What's even a bigger story, though, is the 10-year Treasury. So let's jump over to the 10-year Treasury because this has a very strong ceiling of resistance overhead, which is the 4.0. This is what is considered like a psychological ceiling. And it's a psychological ceiling because people just like to pick a number sometimes. So 3.0, 4.0, 3.5, it's just a figure that is easy to identify. So people might say, look, if it hits 4.0, I'm going to sell. If it hits 4.0, I'm going to buy. So it's a psychological number that people put into their head. And you can see that we actually banged off of it here at 3.99 and have really retreated a little bit since. Now we're still up on the day, but we are below the 4.0 that we do not want to cross over. Because again, when the 10-year Treasury goes up, that usually pulls up home loan interest rates because it is a competing asset. It is a competing asset. It doesn't directly control home loan interest rates like mortgage-backed securities do, but it is a competing asset. So if it goes up, then sometimes mortgage-backed securities have to increase in order to compete. So where are we as far as our Brent Bruce Daily scenario? And this is where I'm going to explain a little bit about what the other banks and mortgage brokers and other people that offer home loans might be doing right now. Yesterday, we were talking about how we were trying to stay below 7.0% because that was a number that I had predicted might be the high, that we would either not go into 7, or if we did go into 7, that we would bounce back quickly back into the 6s. Well, yesterday we held on to 6.99%, and right now we do have that again. We still have a 6.99. Look at this right here. So just a minute ago, I pulled up United Wholesale, and it was an available interest rate at 6.99. Now it has expired. Why is it expired if mortgage-backed securities have increased by 0.41? Because we're experiencing an intraday reprice. So what that would lead me to believe is that United Wholesale is going to give us a new rate sheet here in the next few minutes that the interest rate is going to have improved, maybe even to 6.875. We'll take a look. Maybe we'll run that in a minute and see if they made an update just while we're doing the video here. So we still have 6.99 available with a little bit of a lender credit on our Brent Bruce Daily scenario. So I want to always bring up the scenario here for you to take a look at it for compliance purposes. So when people say, hey, that's not real, yes, it is. This is my actual rates. I'm not going to charge a point extra or anything like that on these rates. However, that's what I wanted to point out here today is that most banks right now are offering interest rates that include points. Now, they may not be bringing that to your attention, but for instance, if I wanted to be more competitive when talking to a customer, I might say, look, my rate today is 6.49%. And then in the fine print, I might put, oh yeah, it's 1.227 points, right? So points buy a lower interest rate. So today, and again, like look at this right here at 6.875, it's only costing me $281. So really, today's rate that I would be offering to a customer would be 6.875 because it's such a small cost to get there. So we're even better than the 6.99 of yesterday. However, again, most banks are going to be offering interest rates with a point and a half, very high cost because they're trying to compete with rate. Now, keep that in mind. So you always want to make sure you look at the fine print. And I'm always willing to look at the fine print with you. If you say, hey, I don't understand what this lender is doing, send me over the loan estimate. I'll be happy to explain it to you. Even if I'm not trying to compete, maybe it's in a state that I don't even lend, but I can at least tell you what's really going on, because that's what I want to do, is educate you on how all of this truly works. And when you look at the Brent Bruce Daily scenario, like you see right here, you can see that all of these interest rates are available, but they're with a certain cost, right? So 6.49%, if someone says, hey, I'm offering 6.49%, they're probably charging, I would say, probably 2 points, because my interest rates are almost always lower than everyone else's. So anyhow, I want to make sure I pointed that out to you. We're still holding onto that 6.99%, even 6.875%. Let's run the rate one more time and see if United Wholesale has posted a new rate sheet yet. Probably not. Pretty quick. Nope, they have not. So I think that we're probably going to be looking at 6.875. Home loan interest rates are holding on. We're now 45 basis points up. So we're continuing to improve. We're bouncing off of that, and I'm continuing to not lose my, I don't want to say bet, but my projection that we would not go into the sevens and stay there on the Brent Bruce Daily scenario. Let me know your thoughts, questions, and I will get back to you again tomorrow.